There were times I stayed sober when it didn't feel worth it. I don't say that lightly, and I don't say it to sound dramatic. I say it because it's true, and because pretending otherwise keeps people silent when this moment shows up. I stayed sober on days when nothing felt better, when life didn't feel lighter, when my emotions didn't feel clearer, when the effort felt bigger than the reward. I stayed sober when I couldn't point to a single reason why I should. There's a belief that if recovery is working, you'll feel grateful, that you'll feel motivated, that you'll feel inspired by how far you've come. But that's not how it always looks. Sometimes recovery works quietly, and quietly doesn't feel convincing. There were days when sobriety felt like maintenance with no meaning. Wake up, do the things, go to bed. No breakthrough, no relief, no sense of progress, just staying. On those days, using didn't feel tempting because I wanted chaos. It felt tempting because I wanted relief. I wanted something to interrupt the flatness, something to change how my body felt, something to make the day feel different. That's the part people don't say out loud. When sobriety doesn't feel worth it, it's not usually because you want to destroy your life. It's because you're tired. Tired of effort. Tired of vigilance. Tired of choosing something that doesn't seem to be choosing you back. I stayed sober on days when I resented recovery. When I thought I did what I was supposed to do, why does this still feel hard? I stayed sober without believing it would pay off. And here's the truth. I didn't stay sober because I was convinced it would be worth it. I stayed sober because I knew what leaving would cost. Using had already shown me everything it had to offer. I wasn't curious anymore. I wasn't hopeful about it. I was just tired of starting over. So on the days sobriety didn't feel worth it, I didn't think long term. I didn't imagine a better future. I narrowed the decision. I didn't drink today. I didn't use today. I didn't negotiate today. That was it. Staying sober didn't feel meaningful in the moment. It felt stubborn. but stubborn kept me alive. Recovery works in ways you don't always feel. It works by preventing damage you'll never see, by protecting futures you haven't reached yet, by keeping doors open even when you don't feel like walking through them. That kind of work is invisible. I didn't wake up one day and suddenly feel like sobriety was worth it. What happened was quieter. I started noticing fewer emergencies, fewer apologies, fewer mornings spent trying to piece together what I'd done. Those absences didn't feel exciting. They felt steady. Staying sober when it didn't feel worth it slowly changed what worth it meant. It stopped being about feeling good. It became about living without constant repair. Recovery works, not because it always feels rewarding, but because it removes chaos long enough for something else to grow. Clarity, trust, self-respect. Those things don't arrive with fanfare. They accumulate. If you're sober right now and thinking, I don't know why I'm still doing this, I want you to hear this. You don't need to know. You just need to stay. You're not failing because you don't feel inspired. You're not weak because you're tired. You're doing something difficult without applause, and that counts. I stayed sober even when it didn't feel worth it. And one day, without warning, I realized my life felt more livable. Not perfect, not dramatic, just steadier. That's when I understood something important. Recovery doesn't convince you. It proves itself over time. If you're staying sober today without certainty, without motivation, without belief, you're closer than you think. Truth brings light.